Hi folks, we've been making our way through Texas. We stumbled upon a review on iOverlander about a boondocking spot that then mentioned the next day they planned to go to this cave. So of course we had to go check this thing out. Where the Texas Hill Country meets the Chihuahuan Desert sits thousands of acres of limestone-rich ranch country. Found below the boots and hooves of those who inhabited and worked the land is one of Earth's most revered underground treasures, the Caverns of Sonora. These caverns are internationally recognized as one of the most beautiful show caves on the planet. The cave is located on a working ranch owned and operated by the same family who discovered the cave over 100 years ago. The Mayfield family began its ranching operation in Sonora, Texas, around the turn of the 20th century. An opening in the rocks was found in the southern part of the ranch when a dog chased a raccoon into a 20-inch opening. Locals began exploring the cave sometime in the early 20s. They could go back about 500 feet from the entrance to a 50-foot deep pit. This section of the cave was eventually known as Mayfield Cave. Labor Day weekend, 1955, the discovery of a lifetime took place on the Mayfield Ranch near the town of Sonora. 2 weeks prior to that weekend, 3 speleologists, I did not say that right, but Bob Chrisman, Bart Chrisman, and James Estes from Abilene, Texas, were exploring another well-known cave in the Sutton County. They exited the cave around 3 p.m. and headed to the Mayfield Ranch to take a look at a cave known as Mayfield Cave. They entered the cave and eventually made their way to a large room with a deep pit. Blocking further progress, high on the other side of the pit were seemingly inaccessible passages that continued, but pressed for time, they left the cave. This story was told to some other cavers, and on Labor Day weekend, Danny Sheffield, Jack Allen, Claude Head, and Jack Prince crossed a narrow slope ledge high on the top of the right-hand side of the big pit down in the cave and reached a passage on the other side. The story of bizarre formations and untold beauty began circulating among the members of the caving community. Jack Birch, a caver from Oklahoma, saw the cavern for the first time in 1956. He began to see human impact on the cavern in places where there shouldn't be any damage. His vision was to develop the cavern to stop the destruction and preserve the cavern for future generations. Development started in 1959. The Cavern of Sonora was opened to the public July 16, 1960. All the while we were on this beautiful adventure down in this cave, there was one other person with us. Lagging behind, every time we looked back, he was taking selfies with his hands on pieces of the cave, while our tour guide was telling the story about how humans have disturbed the cave and how touching it kills the cave. And so, partway through this video, you're going to see our tour was abruptly canceled and we left the cave. But amazingly, I didn't even realize what was happening at the time. We get to the top, the guy leaves, and then we go on another tour. And we end up getting to see the entire cave, solo, just us and our guide. It was pretty epic. It was crazy what happened with this rude person who didn't care about nature whatsoever. But in the end, we had a absolutely awesome time doing this private cave tour. So I hope you all enjoy, and if you go in a cave, please don't touch the cave. Come on.
Yeah, no, geodes are.
Yeah.
Cool. So they form inside of caves and they form in rivers too.
Like I see how they have like the little cave.
From the beginning of the sponge rooms to here, just imagine that you were inside of a big geode.
That's cool.
Yeah.
As tight as I can.
whoever threw these pennies in here, they ended up killing all these formations because the copper deposited into the water and then, yeah, just essentially destroyed all these formations.
And how we have the handle on it since like the hands.
If y'all look up in areas to our ore clubs, these go through a process called condensation and corrosion. What happens is all the hot air goes to the top and erodes away the base of that formation, making it super smooth. And the calcite will either redeposit somewhere down the club or redeposit down here on the floor. When it redeposits back onto the club, that's how it gets its spiky look.
Wow, it's
These
really
look here
neat.
weigh anywhere from 100 to 500 pounds.
Jesus.
The largest one here probably weighs close to a ton.
I can tell that one.
Wow, that's wild.
And you see how the water's dripping? It's about to touch the thing on the bottom.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
What are the pennies?
Oh, no.
So this is our wishing well. It is cemented at the bottom to where it can't affect any of the rest of the cave. If you would like to make a wish, this is your one only chance to do so. We do come in here every 3 to 4 years and pull this money out and donate it to our hospital, to our schools. Every 3 to 4 years, this averages to like $6,000 or $7,000.
Wow.
I don't have them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, especially right here. Helictite. You have one here and one down here. Next to this angel wing helictite, we have our seahorse growing up and out of the wall. Up here is our teacher's finger pointing up to the ceiling. And then right here was our butterfly. So what our butterfly was, is it was 2 wings growing from a single base formation, the only one in the entire world.
Neat.
In 2006, some dude named Jeremy Robertson decided that he wanted that one more than the butterfly did. So he waited for his guide to get on this trail right here. He then turned around, hopped over this rail, and broke it off with his bare hands.
Is he in jail?
No, but he did get a 3rd-degree state felony. Yeah, so pretty much it was a misdemeanor. They changed it from a misdemeanor to a 3rd-degree state felony for touching or damaging any cave walls and cave formations.
And as you can hear, he tried to give this guy one last chance by telling the story of the butterfly and this other dude who broke the butterfly off and had a 3rd-degree Texas state felony. And it didn't seem to faze this guy. He was just on a mission to be a turd. So here we go, up the stairs, hiking 5 stories out of this cave to abort the mission and get rid of the vandalizer. I just don't even know what to say about somebody who has no qualms about being so rude and just so absorbed in their own thing. I don't know. But on the bright side, it all worked out for us because we got like the most epic tour of this cave ever. So thank you again, Rollin, for being such a great tour guide and being so patient.
So that's really sweet that you're
answering
taking us back.
zillion
This is cool.
questions that the 11-year-old had and just taking us all around. He didn't have to go back in, and he did. He went above and beyond, so it was pretty awesome.
Okay. This is really, and so this wasn't touched by people at all. It's just this way.
It really looks like someone came through with a putty knife.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's all wind that did this. Pretty much. So as you
Oh, wow,
it
so-
goes through water, pretty much that hot wind came in here and just dried it out. And it's like that. Pretty much I want you to think of these as straws, right? And they're sucking that acidic water out of the ground. So
Neat.
that acidic water is going inside of it, it's creating these little cavities. And then calcium carbonate rich water will enter those cavities and precipitate out and form these branches.
Wow.
I had to go look this up on the internet because it wasn't in my book. I was like, you're not going to tell me this.
Well, that's really cool that you took the initiative.
I have to go all the time. And they also ask me the same as sea coral. It's got the same bones, or same skeletal structure.
This is what it looks like. The water came through here and
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So this is our.
Oh,
I don't
thank
really
you.
have much information, but it is super pretty. It's something you should definitely see. Thank you.
Wow, Jai, look at this. Look how pretty all that is.
Yes, so this right here, you notice it's like crack and break off the wall.
Oh, yeah.
It bandages itself up by going,
Oh, yeah.
so if you look.
Yeah, I see.
This place is so cool.
So we're walking through this blasted tunnel. The whole point of the blasted tunnel was to connect the lower rooms with the up rooms and make it a big loop. Whenever they were doing that, they ran into this room. This is the surprise room, and it had 5,000 gallons of water in it. Up here where it's flat is where the water was sitting.
Whoa, so when they
after-
blasted through it, like, gushed out? Like it was a pocket?
You know, they blew this tunnel out, they came back down here, the 5,000 gallons of water that was in here, there's now a big puddle on the floor, because it had all that way to go, and it had all that way to go, instead of just being trapped in this little room.
And this was where they blasted, right here?
Yep, you can see above you, the
Yeah.
circular stuff.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where
I
the
see.
dynamite was.
I got a name for one. The corn dog.
Okay, so see, some people call it the corn dog, I call it the toilet bowl cleaner. Right, next to it is our lion's tail,
Yeah.
and then here in the middle is our crocodile with this little spine sticking out.
Oh, neat.
But what are these? I know
Don't
that- I know
put your
So,
hand anywhere near
It's
it.
called dogtooth spar, and it only forms underwater. Pretty much, a buttload of calcite goes into the water, and instead of being able to get taken with the water, there's so much extra in it that it starts forming inside the
It's just
water on
like
the wall.
this. Like,
You see the sharpness of it? That's,
yeah, so
Yeah, so they name it dogtooth spar because they remember dog's teeth.
yeah.
Or like, so there's some shark. There's a shark that has its mouth stuck like this, and it has like serrated teeth like this around its mouth.
Up here, we have an octopus growing out of the wall.
Oh, octopus arm.
Oh, I see it. That's
My
so
own
cool.
personal find.
You know, if somebody was tall and they're like looking over here, I would be afraid they would hit this. You know? This is cool. Thanks for bringing us back.
Wow, this is so cool. Yeah, thank you so much, because, you know, we wouldn't have known any different.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you should have. We did tell you it's supposed to be an hour 45.
Yeah.
Whenever you come out and so that right there is called the cave kiss. Means our cave likes you and it's 7 years of good luck. So save up on the kisses.
And that completes our epic cave tour. Thank you all for watching and coming along on our journeys. Until next time.